Welcome to the football podcast that looks at football through the eyes of the fans. This is Football in Review, the show where the rivalry on the pitch stops but the passion never does.
I'm Chris, a proud supporter of Rangers FC, and across the table, across the sea, is my friend and arch nemesis John.
That's right, John here with the red and white pride of Feyenoord in my heart. And the big question today is, of course, who suffered the most or had the most to celebrate over the past week?
From the atmosphere at Ibrox to the magic of the Kuyt and everything in between, we'll be discussing the highs, the lows, the surprises of international football, all from our unique fans' perspective.
So grab a drink, sit back and join the discussion. This is Football in Review. Welcome to the fourth episode of Football in Review, everyone. Today we are joined by Billy. Billy, say hi to the listeners.
Hello, listeners. Or hi, I should say.
It's good to have you on. We'll be back with you shortly, though. It's great to have you on. But before we take a deep dive into your club, Billy, Chris and myself have something to discuss. In the first topic of today's show, it's time for the fans' perspective. Chris, we start the show with a personal recap of our clubs last week. But, Chris, there was no club football. So, I was thinking, I'm wearing orange, you're wearing blue, which works for you for everything apparently. Shall we discuss our countries?
Do we have to, John? I mean, you've got to remember, I am Scottish. I mean, if MD actually seen that game, I could give you the highlights of the Scotland game. Shall I do it just now?
Go ahead, man.
Here's the highlights. Thanks, listeners. Thanks very much, because that was it. We got a 0-0 draw against the mighty Danes.
That's better than you expected, no?
Far better than we expected. It was 27% possession. We had one shot on target. To be fair to Denmark, they had two. We had 6 off target and they had 5. It was a typical backs against the wall, battling performance from the Scots. They stuck in, survived, to be fair, a VAR check for a handball. Last man didn't have a goal scoring opportunity, but it did hit him above the sleeve line, to be fair. And the referee gave a yellow card, and then he was called over to the monitor. I think every Scotland fan feared the worst, thinking that the guy who had just come on literally 2 seconds before was going to get sent off. And to be fair, the referee stuck to his guns, which is surprising in modern day football. So kudos to that referee. But a 0-0 draw, and we are playing tonight as well, as he desperately tries to change it to, we are playing Belarus tonight, and it's 5 minutes in, and surprise, it's 0-0.
Chris, I feel a little bit bad for you. Last week we saw Rangers versus Celtic, I should say, which had the lowest XG game ever notated.
That's exactly true, mate.
I can still remember 0.16 and 0.17 for both clubs. And then on Thursday, you get an international match, which goes at 0.2 and 0.22.
Yep. So it's poor, but it's typical Scotland. That's the truth of the matter. You know what I mean? We'll get, if we qualify at the World Cup, we'll do what every other team doesn't do. They go and play football. Scotland will put 5 men behind the ball and try and sneak a goal here. It's embarrassing stuff. The manager, to be fair to him, I don't particularly like him. I think he's very boring. Steve Clark, ex-Chelsea. He managed Kilmarnock, to be fair. He's good at managing it through a game, but the style of football is very poor. I feel we've got decent players. We've got players now in Serie A. You've got McTominay, who's a star of Serie A, and I think we could be more expansive. We've qualified for the last 2 Euros, and it's been absolutely dismal. And but again, as I said, this would be the first time since '98 that Scotland would qualify for a World Cup. So fingers crossed. You never know. We may sneak it. I think it'll be second place. I think that's probably a playoff, to be honest with you. But a long way to go and a lot more turgid performances for Scotland fans, I think.
Doable, though. I think the draw versus Denmark does help tremendously.
It does help, but my worry is, John, that we have, I'm sure it's Greece we have in our table. I mean,
fair, I love Greece almost more than any other country in the world. but you're not actually fearing Greece as an opponent there, right?
Well, John, the last time we played them, and if Marios is listening, I'm sure he would tell me, the last time we played them, we beat them 1-0 in Greece. Thought we were going to do well in the Nations League, and then they came to Hampden and won 3-0. So I would not be dissing the Greeks, I'll be honest with you. And to be fair, Marios is a lot bigger than me.
That is true. That is true. Shall I talk a little bit about the Netherlands?
Yeah,
then?
let's talk. Let's talk about this big, massive performance for the Dutch. How they were going to smash the Poles. Poles, they've asked Lewandowski to come off from his sunbed. This old style player, they've went back to their old hero. How did they do, John? You must have won. Come on.
Well, we didn't win, but I'm going to be completely honest. They played a spectacular match, though. I think 75% possession, something like that, 73 maybe, but whatever. The first half, Chris, was a football dream. I told you often about the Reinders.
Yep.
What a player, man. That's amazing. Hit the post. In the first 10 minutes, we hit the post twice, just almost scored already. They got a yellow card. It was amazing football to see. 20 minutes in, I think the first goal scored. Dumfries, of course, scoring once again, showing he's by far the best right back. I think in the world currently, that's a proper player, and it's
Big
strong.
shout that, John. Big shout that.
The more I see that guy play, it's amazing. Name me one better.
I think Hakimi would probably say that he's probably the best right back in the world. But
yes, but Hakimi says a lot. I don't think we should take much he says for granted. We are definitely showing that the Dutch don't have a striker. Depay is the top scorer of all time, but if he's not home or he doesn't present himself, there just isn't a striker available. And that killed us this match because the Polish had a fullback called Cash. Really fast player, good ball control, but a proper poor defender. So Kapko had a field day with him.
To be fair, he is very Polish sounding, Matty Cash, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. He had one shot from about 20 meters out. And I think if he would try 5,000 years, he'd never even get one of that shots close to this one. That was a beautiful goal. I think it was something like 140 kilometers an hour. Full in the top corner. It was nobody knew how it went in. Went in, we drew. The results sucked, but the play was really promising. So I was like, this is going to be good. Going to be hopeful. You know what? We can draw against Poland. That's fine. They already lost once against Finland. Shouldn't be too big of an issue, right? Then we go into Lithuania. Do I pronounce it properly?
Lithuania, we call it, John.
Lithuania.
For people in
the speak proper English. 20 minutes in, 2-0 Netherlands. No big deal. We go into halftime, 2-0. 2 half shots, both went in, and I was like, this could actually get a little bit frustrating. We won 3-2. The last 10 minutes were for Lithuania. They were better in the last 10 minutes. 3 points, I guess that's what all counts. My moment of the week has certainly something to do with that. I think 4 points of those 2 matches is fine. 6 points would be a deal. And with 6 points in, Netherlands, I think, would have almost certainly be qualified already. Now we still have to play the away game against Poland, I suppose. I'm not too worried that we won't qualify, but there has to be a striker somewhere in the Netherlands, right? I think.
Well, you think so, John? But the strikers you've had in the past, we've talked about Van Basten before we come on the show, Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie,
Bergkamp, you name Kluivert, you name him, Huntelaar even.
So what's happened, John? Why is it that Dutch football is not producing that front man?
Yes, so I actually asked this question to Marco van Basten. And it actually got answered this weekend on the television show. And he said it's all to do with youth. Like they transfer away very early, going on the countries and don't play that often. He says if you look at talent, for example, Zirkzee could probably be the number one striker for the Dutch squad. Goes to United, doesn't play, and that's it. And he played that in Italy and played wonders there, right? And they gave a couple of more examples where that happened. I think if you look at the defense, I'm not going to say best defense in the world, but sure it gets close probably. Midfield, there's so much talent in midfield. Like we could fill the midfield 5 times, I think, with all decent players from Gravenberg to De Jong, you name them. And there's plenty of upcoming talents coming there as well. Wingers are fine, but then you go into the striker position. It's like, yeah, we could probably use the backup striker from Ajax, but that's about it.
Yeah, I don't think you're winning any tournaments, John, having Depay up front.
No, but that's the problem, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you win anything with Depay up front, and Billy being on here, I know England's got their troubles at the moment, but Harry Kane digs them out of holes all the time, doesn't he? You need a goal. Who are you going to bank on? Harry Kane. I mean, to be fair, Spain, I don't think they have a wonder striker, do they? But I mean, they're still banging the goals. They're just a well-oiled machine. Yeah, Depay's not going to win you the World Cup. Saying that, wait till next year in America, the USA, and he's lifting the trophy. You can slag me off for that, John.
Well, the thing though is with Depay, because I'm not a big fan. Let's put it out there, right? I've said that before as well. But if you look at the stats from Depay, he's now the all-time top scorer of the Netherlands, main squad. Which, of course, that's a pretty impressive thing. He actually beat Van Persie currently already, like yesterday when he scored. He scored twice, by the way. And I'm just trying to find his stats. I think a little over 100 matches and 51 goals now.
Mm-hmm.
That is a decent stat for a striker for national team. So, yeah. 104 matches played, 52 goals.
I mean, to be fair, if you think back to the last World Cup, I mean, I don't think we could say that Argentina had a particularly great striker, did they? There was not that, the Messi, he did most of the damage. To be fair, McAllister came in strong as well, in the midfield. But yeah,
you still have Reinders behind who can also score a goal.
Yeah, exactly. Then we'll come on to Reinders actually because he's out Man City now, isn't he?
Aye.
So we'll come on to him when we do the predictor game. No spoilers there.
No, but looking forward to club football to restart, Chris.
Not me. You're fine. We have the Macintosh Derby actually this weekend coming up. My wife Lara, who Billy knows, is a Hearts fan. So it's Rangers versus Hearts. And the last time we came back from Crete, we had a falling out before we boarded the plane. Because it was Rangers were winning, I think it was a 3-3 draw, and every time Hearts scored and they equalised at the very death, she stuck it to me. I don't think we spoke for the whole flight going back.
I actually remember that. It's going to be a fun weekend for you.
Yeah.
Chris.
Yes.
It's time for the next topic. It's time for the moment of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what's your moment of the week?
Well, I'm sure Billy knows this player's name. So my moment of the week is to do with Billy Sharp, who is a mainstay of, I was going to say lower league football in England, but that's probably unfair. Around the Championship level, he is a Sheffield United legend, to be fair. And then again, that is close to my heart because that is my wife's second team. She's from Sheffield. But someone posted, a Bradford fan posted a tweet that says, "No way this old," and I can say this word, it's not a swear word, "git is going to score today." Now with that thing getting in his way, which was a Zimmer frame and a picture of Billy Sharp. Cue the game, Doncaster Rovers, or Donny as they're called, versus Bradford City. And who was to score the third goal? But of course, Billy Sharp. And Billy Sharp, for MD doesn't know, is a player who, if you diss him on social media, he will get you back. So for MD who's on X, have a look up for Billy Sharp's Twitter and you will see his reply to the chap who posted that tweet. And to be fair to the chap, he replied and he was fairly gracious about it. So for me, Billy Sharp, you are my moment of the week.
That's cool though.
He is. He's notorious for that, John. He will get you back. If you say something about Billy Sharp and he scores against you, he'll get you back. And he's been quite a war horse, hasn't he, Billy, I would say.
Absolutely. No, he's someone who's scored a hell of a lot of goals in the lower leagues, as you said. He's been ever present in nearly every team that he's played, as far as I understand. No, I'm surprised no top team took a gamble on him, but I think he's a bit of a hothead with his celebrations and likes to let people know that he's there. Let's say it nicely.
Definitely. And John, what was your moment of the week?
It actually has to do with the match of Netherlands versus Lithuania. They scored, I think Timber scored in the 33rd minute the 2-0. And they scored in the 36th minutes the 2-1, or the 1-2, I should say. And the crowd went absolutely bonkers from that one goal. It's the pure joy in people's eye that they actually scored versus the Netherlands. The crowd went mental. It's actually a pretty cool stadium they had as well. It looked really nice. Looked like a proper town as well, but the stadium was a big stadium. So I was like, oh, that's actually fun for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they scored the 2-2 in the 43rd minute, I think. Yeah, a couple of minutes later, probably 8 minutes later or something. And then the stadium went absolutely mad. People jumping, people crying. And that is like, although it's, of course, my team conceding, that showed the absolutely beauty of football, the absolutely joy football can bring to people, right? So I went into halftime talking to my mates. I was like, yeah, this absolutely sucks, but we should be able to come back from this, right? I mean, we were the better party, but did you see how happy these people were? That was amazing. It was good goals as well, like the proper football. And they start believing it. So they came out of the dressing room in the second half, actually believing they could get a result. They fought hard for it. The stadium went nuts. It wasn't like normally when you go, with all due respect, against these smaller countries, it's quiet. You look like it's a friendly match, right? This was a packed stadium, and I was actually trying to see how many people could get in the stadium, but I haven't found it yet. But I think it wouldn't surprise me if there were like 40,000 people in that stadium. And a lot of noise. It felt like a proper football match. And I was surprised by that. Because I have to be completely honest, like I said before the show, I don't even know how to pronounce it in English, the country. Never seen them play. To be fair, the jerseys are absolutely hideous.
That's just lost.
The atmosphere was amazing. Sorry, Chris, but just give me 1 minute to rant on this. I don't think Hummel should be allowed to make shirts anymore in professional football. If anyone listening to this show, I'm just going to go directly for this, right? If anyone on this show can show me a jersey designed by Hummel that actually looks good, right? I'll get you on the show to discuss it with me. I mean it. It doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist, Chris. It's, yeah. I had to turn eco mode on my television to make sure it didn't burn in.
I think the Danes have got Hummels.
I know, yeah. It's probably from Denmark, actually. But it's hideous, sorry.
I know Rangers had them just not long ago, the shirts, and they were okay. They weren't great, but, you know.
No, it's not okay. No.
I thought you were meant the German defender there was getting a hard time. I thought, what's he doing wrong?
No. Talk about German defenders. It's going to be my last moment. Have you seen Germany play on Thursday?
Were they playing Slovakia, that one? Or was it Northern Ireland, that one?
Yeah. Have you seen Leo Sauer from Feyenoord? Man of the match, giving the assist at the first goal. Absolutely humiliating Rudiger there. Goal by Hansko as well. That was also a good match to watch. And fun, because I said last week, Sauer's on the left wing at Feyenoord. He is talented. I can see him become a big player, but he's not in shape yet, not in form yet. Then he goes play against Germany and gets man of the match. So hopeful for next week. Yeah, but my moment of the week was the pure joy by the Italian fans. That was
good, mate.
I love to see that. I'm still glad we got away with 3 points, to be fair. But that was, I think that's the most important thing about football, Chris, right?
What, winning or the joy?
Actually winning. No.
No, it's good to see. You know, to be fair, there's nothing better than a giant killing act, and it's a shame. From your point of view, I'm sure you're delighted that your team won, but nothing better, especially if you're It's the thing that the FA Cup was based on down in England. Is giant killing. It's legendary stuff, and there's nothing better than seeing a big team getting humbled.
Exactly. Except so long as it's not our teams.
Exactly, mate.
Chris, it's time for the moment of the show. It's time for the fan of the week. The most important topic of the week. The core of the show. Each week we invite a fan from a different club to join us. And we ask them a lot of things. And the most important thing, of course, is talking about their mascot by now, Chris. We get a lot of responses by mentioning the mascots these days. One of these days I will get a jersey signed by the mascot, I'm afraid. But we're joined by none other than Billy. Billy, it's a pleasure to have you on. For people that don't know you, could you introduce yourself and also tell us which club do you support?
Thank you, John. Pleasure to be with you. I am a Birmingham City fan. I'm living in Germany, so I'm watching long distance. I get to watch each match every week, luckily enough. And we've been on a hell of a roller coaster over the last 2 years, and it has been some phenomenal times. Our club is on the up, and I can't wait to get started talking to you guys about it.
No, please do, Chris. I know you've got a lot of things prepared about Birmingham City. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but they play Championship, correct?
We do indeed.
Okay, just checking, because last time we spoke about an English club, I was vastly mistaken. Chris, fire away, my friend. This is all yours. Talk about Birmingham City, and no, I'll be tossing in that mascot one day way or another.
Definitely. So first of all, Billy, we always ask this first question: is what colour do they play in?
We play in royal blue.
Nice. And what's the name of your stadium and what's the capacity?
The name of the stadium is St Andrews at Knighthead Park, and the capacity is just shy of 30,000.
Yeah, and the fun thing about this, the at Knighthead Park is actually written with the at sign, like you were like in a Twitter hashtag, or a Twitter handle. It's the at logo. It's not like, I found that impressive.
It's an ingenious way of being able to inject funds into the club, because now we have our chairman who is able to sponsor the stadium, put the name on top, and then we're able to increase revenues that way, which obviously helps to build the pitch. Billionaire owners have to slide that in there. Yep.
But there is something famous about that, one of the corners, isn't there, at the stadium?
There's something famous about all four corners.
Oh,
Barry Fry. Yeah, there was a rumor that Barry Fry decided to. Birmingham City is famous because it was built on a gypsy ground in the past, whereby it was cursed for 100 years that we would never win a trophy. And Barry Fry decided that he knew a way of being able to lift this curse and take Birmingham out of it. And the way he did that was to urinate in all four corner flags of the stadium. And lo and behold, 120 odd years later, we won our first trophy. So,
It's the same with Spurs, except they just rebuilt the stadium.
Pretty much, yeah. We're doing that soon as well. 62,000 seat stadium coming our way. I have to talk about that later on as well.
I mean, people, for who are listening who from the UK might not realise that Birmingham is the second biggest city in the UK, and Birmingham is a massive club, isn't it?
Oh, it's got a massive surrounding area. It's got a lot of football fans there associated with it. Unfortunately, many of the fans are supporting teams from around the country rather than Birmingham at the moment. Well, at the moment, they should be coming to support Birmingham because of the football we're playing, and the revolution that we're on at the moment is genuinely quite inspirational. So, yeah. I don't say that lightly, and I've never said that about my own club in my entire life, with the exception of last year or so. So, positive times at the moment.
No, definitely. So tell us, Billy, why are you a fan of Birmingham City?
My dad was born in Birmingham. His dad was a Birmingham fan. They used to go to the games. They used to cycle from Birmingham to Sheffield, which is a crazy long way to cycle from. I was born a Birmingham fan despite living on the Isle of Wight when I was younger. It's my dad was there. He gave me the free rein to support it, but I grabbed it with both arms, and he was delighted when I told him I was a Birmingham fan.
Ah,
Yeah.
good stuff. So you say that you're having to watch the games from afar. So what is your match day routine then? What does it look like in your house then when it's match day?
I grabbed my shirt. I grabbed my daughter's shirt. Yes, my daughter, my 15-month-old daughter has had a shirt for the last 8 months, and I chuck that on her. We go on the sofa. I will have a beer, and Lotta will have a water bottle, and that will be sitting down and enjoying the show that what we've got in front, because the match day routine at Birmingham is actually quite special. Even more so in the stadium, where they have the pre-match kind of outside area where the fans all come together, drink beer, entertaining. Sometimes, if you're lucky, the chairman will even buy a round for everyone out there. It's happened more than once. There's pre-match entertainment. There are sometimes bands playing, and so we also have these beautiful fire cannons on the match day. So it's quite a hell of a match day experience when you go to St Andrews these days. You really should check that out if you haven't already.
Uh-huh. And in terms of then, so you know, we would probably call Birmingham a sleeping giant till a few seasons ago, wouldn't you have? A team that when they sold Trevor Francis, it broke a world record. I think at that point, wasn't it, the first ever £1 million player, Trevor Francis, who actually went on to play for Rangers. Unfortunately, the late great Trevor Francis there. So tell us about a lot of clubs have famous fans, but you've actually got a famous owner, haven't you?
We do have a famous owner, and he's recently brought out a documentary, which I'd like to slip in there if you haven't seen. Tom Brady, built in Birmingham, Brady and the Blues, I believe the name of the Amazon Prime documentary
Mhm.
is, and it's well worth a watch. It's only 5 episodes long, but it's a gritty watch. It's not like the happy days of Welcome to Wrexham. It's very much an authentic, hearty, gut-wrenching, but also beautiful turnaround in terms of the storyline that we develop up there, and it's a fantastic representation of the club. It's a gritty, half glass, half empty type of documentary, but it's one of our best seasons on record. I think we broke 4 different records last year, but it's also gut-wrenching as we had Wayne Rooney in the first season, who contributed to our. I won't spoil it, but a disappointing season in the first season that the new owners came in.
Yeah, because it's interesting that because I actually watched it and I messaged you as well to say I enjoyed it. To be fair, I agree with you. It wasn't the to be fair to Wrexham, it's more fun. You got Ryan Reynolds there and Michael Haney. Those guys are more comedians, aren't they? Tom Brady comes across as well. I don't know if he's a nice guy or no, he's a nice guy. He comes across as a winner. Let's be honest with you. But the person that impressed me the most was I don't know if he's your chairman, but your majority shareholder. I was surprised how much the club got into him. Do you know what I mean? And I think that come across. I know it's their show, so it maybe makes puts him in a good light, but he actually seemed to really feel it.
Tom Wagner is the man you're talking about,
Yeah.
and I actually thought they portrayed Tom Wagner as a hard man in the show, whereas everything we hear from Tom Wagner is it's the second coming of Jesus,
Hmm.
really, in that sense. He's an incredible man who has transformed our fortunes more than you can possibly imagine, and he's done it with an intent of putting quality in every single aspect of the club, whether that's the people serving the tea, to the training facilities, to the way the stadium looks, to the fans and the squad, the match day experience. I've got nothing but massive gratitude to Tom Wagner, and bringing in Tom Brady as well. It's been revolutionary.
Hmm. And to be fair, I mean, I did watch the show, so you've brought in a manager who's relatively inexperienced, come from Spurs. What's impressed you most about him?
His intensity, he is incredibly diligent, and honestly, coming into that job. there were very few profiles that could have actually worked for that role. But someone who somehow has 10 years of experience and is in his first managerial role. It was a bit of a gamble, but it was an exceptional gamble. He had something to prove. He had the grit between his teeth. In the games, he's able to tactically change things up beautifully well. He's done it many a times. We win games very tightly. We don't win 5-6-0. We win 2-1, 2-0. 3-2, less 3-2, but we're defensively very sound. And Chris Davis has really turned us into a winning machine based on possession football, which has been enabling us to control games right from the start to the finish. We have regularly over 65% possession, and it shows. Our team is playing Barcelona-like football, but in slow motion. It's
It sounds
unbelievable.
it sounds like Chris playing FIFA.
Well, to be fair, John, you can't blame me for that. I blame foot coaching for that. If you want to get better at the game, there's only one place to go, and that's foot coaching. But one thing I thought was really interesting, and look, it's part of the show, and it's not really a secret because it's a couple of years old. Was what was it like when Jay Stansfield signed and they put that? Did you see that tweet go out there?
That gave me shivers down the spine. Really, that was such a moment where it was like a magical trick that came up. For those that don't know, we had an incredible summer where we signed something like 15 players at the time, and it was deadline day, and the time was ticking down. And I think it was something like a minute after midnight. There was a lot of talk that Birmingham were trying to sign Jay Stansfield, who we'd had on loan the season before. Jay Stansfield took all of the awards, the player of the season, the players player of the season, in the championship in a poor Birmingham team, scored something like 13 goals and was really the fans' favourite. Everybody wanted him. No one thought it was possible. Fulham were quoting 15 to 20 million for him for a team like Birmingham in League One that had gotten relegated. This was crazy talk, and Tom Wagner comes on and says, "You don't always get what you want in football." So I'm sorry we've given our best. We've done all we could, and speaking a very solemn mood, and turns the camera so subtly onto Jay Stansfield. But we got some things, and it was just a moment that you think, wow, what a chairman, what a club, and yeah, it set the tone for the rest of the season. Really did.
And so we now move into the championship. I know you said that. I think you broke the points record, wasn't it? The most points for any English team in any league. Was it 115 or something? Something crazy, wasn't it?
It was 111 points that
111.
we amassed. We had the most home wins, 34 home wins in the season. We had set a League One record, as far as I know, as well. And I think there was one other record that slipped my mind at the moment, but it didn't feel like supporting Birmingham after what I've known growing up. To be perfectly honest, it felt like supporting a glory hunting team. But
So who
yeah.
are your biggest rivals then?
Aston Villa.
And is it a pure rivalry, that one?
It's pure hate, Chris. It's pure hate. It goes both ways. It goes a long way. And yeah, this rivalry is often absolutely it can't be over exaggerated. It's bitter. It's fierce. It's daily. It's something where
It's daily.
we sing songs about Aston Villa in the stadium, and if the away team aren't really into it, the Birmingham fans will start singing songs against the other Birmingham fans. We hate Villa more than you, just to get some good
Just
atmosphere
to get
going.
this correct, Villa is playing Premier League, right?
Yes.
Yeah, just checking. Okay.
We'll be there next year, John. Don't you worry. We'll be on their toes. No doubt about it. But as our chairman said, we want Villa to do well because it's no fun having a team that aren't actually any good. It's much more fun when you beat someone who's perceived to be all right, quite good, you know. So I'm looking forward to the day when we really give one to Villa. That'll be it's often a kung fu match when we play one another. I have to say that. But Yeah, it's crazy when one of them wins. It just the stadium. I was lucky enough to visit Birmingham City when Birmingham won 3-0 against Aston Villa at home back in 2003, and Peter Enkelman was the goalkeeper. I don't know if you remember this,
Yeah, I
but from a
remember.
throw-in, Olaf Melberg, the Swede, threw the ball in from the throw-in, and it went underneath the foot of the Villa goalkeeper. The crowd went wild. The atmosphere was so loud, I could feel the vibrations coming through my feet. It was
Uh,
phenomenal. Literally the best memory I've ever had of Birmingham was that day, and celebrated with my dad and my nephew. It was
I,
great.
I was going to ask you what's your favourite game, but I think we've just heard it there.
Oh, and I couldn't resist talking about it. Sorry, I've destroyed your question on that one.
That's all right, mate. No, definitely. So just a couple more questions to finish with. So what song does your team walk out to?
Keep right on. This was a song we actually walked out to on our wedding, quite literally. It's a new revamp of the Keep Right On, and if you haven't heard it, please go and check that out. I think it even got to the number one in the charts for a brief period of time earlier on this year, and it's well worth a listen. It's got kind of a reggae vibe to it, but it's
I'd
pretty
love
good.
to play it for you on this show, but apparently it cost me my whole year budget trying to play this on this one. So
Because
Wow.
UB40, are they Birmingham fans, aren't they? UB40.
They are indeed. They are indeed.
I thought
I,
Birmingham was from Black Sabbath. Where did I go wrong?
Black Sabbath is indeed Ozzy Osbourne, or
Yep.
was Ozzy Osbourne, the
Mhm.
late great Ozzy Osbourne from Black Sabbath. But no, this was UB40s are just a different kind of vibe. But yes, they are Birmingham fans as well.
And then this is my last question. What club traditions do you hold dear to?
Um, Club traditions or personal traditions? That's a
Anyone
tricky
you
one.
want, mate. It's anyone you want. You just tell us what traditions you hold dear.
The club tradition when that we have as a family, myself and my sisters and my nieces, is to visit the stone of where my dad has his name engraved outside in gold on the brick. We've got like a walkway where we have a pavement,
Uh-huh.
and there's Bob Pegg, my dad, and Keep Right On. 1936 to 2003. So, yeah, every time before we go to the match, we go hello, say hello to my dad. His ashes were interned even at St Andrews. Go hello, say hello to dad, and then uh, tell him to wish us luck and run away. I'm
Mate.
not a massive believer in afterlife and things like this, but these are little traditions that I like to keep.
I've got the feeling we can't top this one anymore, Chris.
Nah, I don't think we can. We just leave it there, John. Don't we? That's a. It just shows you that football clubs are more than football clubs, isn't it?
100%. It's tradition, and it's being passed down from generation to generation. I think it was the Alf Ramsey quote. It said that some people think that football's a matter of life and death. Said it's not. It's much more than that. I love it. I love that quote. Really hits me somehow. But no, it's really honestly, it's a great time to be a Birmingham fan right now. And if anyone hasn't seen the documentary, I highly advise you all to go out and watch that. Check it out. Tell us what you think. And yeah, this is the journey that Birmingham are on is something which I wasn't expecting in the slightest. And I can't wait for match days these days. Yeah,
Brilliant, mate.
just wanted to say that.
Brilliant. I mean, the thing is, this is now John's favourite question. Go on, John. Ask your question that you're being desperate to get in here and ask your question.
Yes, of course. I want to know all about this. If you're watching the YouTube version or Spotify video version, I'll put this legend on screen. I want to know who this is. The team mascot, my friend.
This is Bo Brummie. Now, Bo Brummie has unfortunately been axed. He's been nowhere to be seen for the last however many games, and there's petitions online telling us to bring back Beau Brummie. I remember Beau Brummie walking around with big bags of sweets, throwing sweets into the crowd. They even had a girl for him, like a female version of Beau Brummie. I think she was Belle Brummie. And yeah, this guy used to walk around and cause chaos. And sometimes he would even go to away matches and sometimes pick a fight with the away mascots. We're talking a long time ago, but it was a lot of
Have
fun.
you guys checked in Villa?
Villa, oof, no, don't think. Do Villa have a mascot these days? I haven't seen
Well,
them.
maybe Brommy's there now.
Maybe what, sorry?
Maybe Brommy is there.
Maybe he's been kidnapped.
Oh, no, yeah, dark
No.
turn this
So
this
I
podcast,
yeah, no. So what
eh?
happens is I check up on the mascots, right? Last week, by the way, we did 2 weeks ago we did a podcast about German clubs. I got so many people sending me their mascots. It's amazing. Apparently, dog-like or wolf mascots are very much the trend. So I thought, let's just look into your club. Let's look into Birmingham. Then I looked up the mascots. Then I was like, I saw articles saying he's nowhere to be seen. Where's Brommy? I'm like, oh, this actually gets interesting now. But yeah, I want to know where he is. So what we will do is with this show, when we publish this, we'll probably be publishing this on a Wednesday. We will be tagging Birmingham City, and we'll put Brommy on the thumbnail and do a little bit of where's Brommy, I suppose. Maybe you should do a thumbnail where you see all kinds of Waldos and Brommy's one of them, something like that, because I need to know what's going on here.
You lead the investigation, John. Many Birmingham fans will be happy to bring that back. It was a part of my childhood watching this mascot run around. So bringing back the happy memories. Oh, yeah,
Memories.
definitely. Memories, indeed. Yeah, caught me
It's
there.
so weird how little or how big a role of a mascot can be in football clubs. It's so weird to say, because I asked Finer fans last week, do you know who our mascot is? And everyone was like, wasn't that a dog or something? I don't know. Don't know. Then I went into, like, with the family where the kids are in the Kuip, asked around there, and they're like, it's Koentje. Yeah, Koentje is the mascot. Everyone knows him. And I'm like, do I know who that is? Actually, I don't even know who that is. So I looked him up. Apparently, we just have a blonde guy who's called Koentje, but he's very popular because they write comics with him, and they send those comics to the kids that are like fans of the club. So they get a monthly, like a little magazine, and there's always cartoons of Koentje in those cartoons. That's how the kids know him. I've never seen him before. And now every time I look at Finder, I suddenly see somewhere in the corners Koentje sitting in the stands, walking around. So now suddenly I know as well. So yeah, the world of mascots, Chris. It's a weird one.
It's a weird one, mate.
Which is who is the mascot of Stenhouse Moor?
He is a Viking. So they're called the Warriors, Stenhousemuir, and they have a Norwegian supporters club. So our good friend Ingvi may be a member of that supporters club, and we'll find it out when we go in November, won't we?
Yes, we'll do a podcast, Billy, and for everyone listening, in November at their stadium, if everything goes right. So I'm very much looking forward to meeting him, meeting the Warriors.
No, that sounds phenomenal. I'm sure Ingvi will be a great host. Really good guy, Ingvi. Listened to him for many years on the pod. We visited Norway, but I never got a chance to go to watch a match there. But Viking mascot sounds interesting.
I don't know, man. Artificial pitch, summer series. Don't know if it's football for us. But
We'll see, mate. It's real proper football this one we're going to.
I'm still waiting. If I get the invite, though, we might do a podcast as well. Gents, it's been lovely talking about Birmingham City. But now it's time for the last topic of the show. It's time for the predictions. In this topic, there will be 3 matches to predict. We have the ongoing battle between Chris, myself, and the guest. So, Billy, it's up to you to score point for the guest. If you get the result right, you get 1 point. If you get the score right, you get 3 points. And Chris, what was the previous score before we look into last week's prediction?
So last week, John, we had Denmark versus Scotland, and the only person who got the result right was James. He called it a draw. He thought it'd be 1-1, but it ended up being 0-0, so 1 point for him. Then we had Turkey versus Spain, and no one guessed 6-0, but we all guessed that Spain would win.
How much did I guess, though?
5-1. You got the right number of goals, John. You were close, but the wrong way around, unfortunately. So 1 point for us all there. And then we had
I don't know.
the mighty Netherlands versus the famous Polish power. And we all, to be fair, went with the Netherlands. John went with, let me just check this, John. Is that 5-0 you went with there, to be fair? And it was a draw, so no one scored. So at the moment, the scores on the doors are myself and the listeners, or the guests, 5 points each. And John, you have 7. So you are 2 in the lead at the moment. So it is all down to Billy to pull it back, because at the moment I am terrible. So we're going to go. We've got 3 big, massive games, very important games. So we'll start with Juventus versus Inter in Serie A this week. So John, you are the Juve fan, so you can go last, but I will go to you first, Billy. What do you think the score will be?
Juventus versus Inter Milan, correct?
Yes.
Well, as my wife can tell you, I've always been a secret lover of the old ladies, since the Nedved and Cristiano days. So I will go for a 2-0 for Juventus.
2-0. And I will think it will be, I'll agree, I think Juventus will get 2 goals, but I think Inter will score. So 2-1 Juve for me. John, as a
that's
Juve
exactly
expert.
the same as I would say. 2-1 for
say
Juve.
2-1 for Juve.
But I can't say that because you already said that will be a bit nasty. Eh?
No, you can go the same score, mate. It's no problem.
No, I'll go 3-1. I'll go
3-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bold.
Right, so we're going with the Manchester derby. As John mentioned, Rangers probably going to be playing in this game. It is at City's ground. Man United, a team in turmoil, but I don't think Man City are doing particularly great themselves at the moment. So, John, you can go first on this one.
Ooh, that's a hard one. I think it has the biggest chance to become a draw. I don't.
Gonna have to push, yeah.
Let's say. Okay, 1-0.
1-0. Okay. Billy, yourself, what do you think the Manchester derby is going to be?
It's always a tight affair between the two of them. Neither of them are particularly great at the moment, but I do think City will edge it 2-1.
2-1 for you, Billy. Well, that's actually the score I was going to go with. I think United will score, but I think overall probably City at home are a little bit too strong for them. So 2-1. Now we go to the Championship, and as we always, we take the team that we've talked about. So this is a big game, isn't it? Stoke City versus Birmingham. Birmingham are away. So John, you can go first. What do you think it will be? Stoke City versus Birmingham.
Yeah, so.
Careful, John.
Yes. So Stoke City plays third, I think, currently in the standings. Birmingham City currently 10th, if I'm not mistaken, Billy.
4 games into the season.
I mean, yes, but still 10th. Feyenoord is first with just 3 games in, so results doesn't do matter. I've actually looked into the historical facts between these two.
Okay.
50% of the time Stoke loses.
Right.
So I think that's a good.
Wait, one second. 50% of the time, Stoke lose. Say that again, but slowly.
Yes. Suffered defeat 50% of the time.
Okay.
Yes?
Right, okay. Yeah, okay. Because a draw will be possible. Fair enough, sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Sorry.
I'm gonna, but I also have a bad history of making my guests heard this one. Like this. Okay, I'm just gonna say it's gonna be 2-0 for Stoke. Sorry, mate.
Oh, John. Right.
I'll never forget.
I've been always right so far with the guest predictions, though. So.
Yes. Well, I think I looked at the betting, and I think Birmingham City are favourites, which is quite surprising when you consider. So both teams, I think, have not had the best couple of games, and not in the league. I hasten to add, but the last 2 games have been. Well, I say that I think the game against Leicester was a bad one for Birmingham. But I think Birmingham's going to win 2-1. So I'm going to go for a away win, 2-1 to the Blue Noses.
That's what I like to hear, Chris. Good man. Sensible's been listening to me as well, talking about the close matches. I'm going to go 1-0 Birmingham away because we rarely score multiple goals away. And Stoke are actually in very good form at the moment, or at least getting the results. The matches that Birmingham have dropped points in, one was against Leicester, where we were 75 minutes in that game, absolutely dominant all throughout. Fatawu had a great goal, and 16-year-old wonder kid put a cross in for Ricardo Pereira, who should have been sent off for a reckless challenge. And we should have beaten Ipswich on the first day as well. So I'm confident with this one. 1-0 Birmingham.
I mean, I think if we've got to ask Billy, are they getting promotion to the Prem this year? Yes or no?
We're not just getting promotion, we're winning the league, Chris. We're winning the league.
John,
Mark my words.
that's a prediction. That needs to go in the clips. Put that one in the clips. There you go. That is a man talking from the heart there. Fingers crossed for you, mate. But and
Thank
good
you.
luck. Good luck with the predictions as well. As long as we beat John, we'll have done our job.
Well, the only
Appreciate
reason I'm in first because I tend to go on the opposite party in the last predictions, and that worked out so far. But
But
my luck
folks,
has to turn in one day, Billy, so I wouldn't worry too much about
yeah. But I was going to just say, any listeners out there, if you want to join in, please hit us up, send us your predictions, and also if there's anybody out who has a club that they would like to talk about, drop us a DM. We'd love to have a chat to you about it.
Yeah. Talking about dropping, Chris, some housekeeping. You'll be dropping off for a while.
I am. I'm going on holiday for a couple of weeks, so hopefully you have a stand-in with my good looks and the housewife's favourite, as they call me. But you never know. Will it be a Scottish accent, do you think, John?
Well, the person I'm thinking of, I'm seeing tomorrow. And if that works out, we actually have a Rangers fan on the
Cool.
show.
Well,
Cool thing, though,
mhm.
he's not Scottish.
All right.
Well, maybe he is Scottish, but he doesn't live in Scotland anymore.
I think he's
you should
Scottish.
say.
He doesn't live in Scotland. I think that's it.
Half
As
Scottish.
long as he is annoyed about the disco jacket as much as me, I'm absolutely cool for cats with
I
that.
think, honestly, he's even worse. But we'll miss you during your holiday, mate. But we will be making episodes. So don't worry about that. There's plenty of clubs to talk about. And for some reason, I think there's plenty to talk about with Rangers after this weekend as well. So
Hmm. Yeah, there will be.
happy holidays, my friend.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
well, hopefully.
Enjoy. Well
Thank you very much.
And I've heard you will become a big YouTube star when you're back. But more about that later, shall we?
Definitely.
Billy, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any
Thank you so
socials
much for
you
having
want
me.
people to know you of?
I go as cancel_carnism on Instagram if anyone's interested in saying hello.
Awesome. So that we'll put it in the show notes. Thank you so much. See you next week. Thanks for listening. And if you listened and enjoyed, give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It means the world to us, and it doesn't cost anything to you. Appreciate it. See you next time. Bye bye.